Hello, Whitefish Bay Middle School. I hope you're having a great day. Wanted to share more information with you regarding the middle school phase-in plan that starts very soon. Our sixth graders will be back on Monday, March 1st. Our seventh graders will be back the following Monday, and then the eighth graders the Monday after that. So by the time we're approaching spring break, we're going to be all back in. Of course, the virtual option remains the same and unchanged for those students who are in that. So this video really applies to those of you who are going to be 4 days in person. And instead of going through every little nook and cranny of detail around our safety mitigation plan, I wanted to shine a light on some key areas, especially on those areas where parents, we really need your help here as well. Overall, many of the things that we've already been doing all year will just continue because they've been really successful. So for example, kids will stay in their cohort for all of their classes except for PE and music. And they won't be traveling to different classrooms or mixing with other kids. Hand washing, things of that nature, they're going to stay the same. But a couple places that I just want to elevate for your consideration. The first one is that we're going to work really hard to reduce the number of close contacts that students have. Obviously, when you put 25 kids in a room, they're going to have more close contacts than they do now. That's just a math equation. However, we're going to make sure through assigned groupings, assigned partnerships, and seating charts that we're really reducing the number of close contacts that kids would have. That way, if we do have someone who's sick or we need to quarantine, we can reduce the total impact on a classroom to do that. One of the other ways within reducing those close contacts is really trying to eliminate the areas where kids might congregate. So for a short period of time this year, we were using lockers, or some kids were using lockers. We're going to stop that practice now. That is an environment where there are numerous kids coming together and could potentially create more close contacts. So kids will just be able to keep their materials in their room. Frankly, I would say about 80 to 85% of our kids have been doing that anyways, so it's probably not a big adjustment. But that's one way. The other way is we're really going to enforce teacher zones in every classroom so that we can keep our staff safe. And we don't want to quarantine any staff members as a close contact because then that results in disrupted instruction for everybody. So that's one big area, limiting the number of close contacts. A few other areas. One is before school. Again, we're trying to limit the places where kids might congregate and mix in cohorts. So what I'm going to ask of you as a family, we will have the doors open to the school by 7:55, and then the day doesn't start till 8:05. That's 10 minutes. Honestly, it takes kids about 2 minutes to walk through the front door and get to their classroom. So if it is at all possible in your family, please, there's no need for kids to arrive super early here to school. If they come in at 7:55 or after, they can walk right in the building, get to their cohort, and still have lots of time to get settled in before the day begins. So that'll really help us out if you can help with that at home. Another point in time in the day when we're really thinking about how to best mitigate risk is lunch. It's been really successful for us here at the middle school to have an open campus lunch this year. Our kids have been great about leaving the building quickly and returning on time. I'm really proud of what they've been doing. Most kids are leaving, which is great. Obviously, we're worried that if we have more kids here and more kids stay, when they're eating lunch, they'll be unmasked, and we worry about that risk a little bit, and we're trying to find ways to mitigate that. But that's, again, families where I would ask for your help. If it is within your family's ability to do so, and you're comfortable with your child leaving for lunch, please do so. Help us to reduce the number of kids in a classroom space that are unmasked for any point or part of time. So if that's available to you, please do that. For kids who do stay, we will be making sure that they stay at their desk while they're eating, that they're only unmasked while they're eating, that if they get up to throw things away or move about the classroom, that mask goes back on. And we'll be making sure that they're washing their hands before and after they eat, that they're cleaning their desks off. And then if necessary, we may need we haven't had a true formal recess this year. We'll be bringing that back to get kids outside. So that would be a required recess, which I know for some of our 8th graders, that's a tough pill to swallow. But where you got to go outside so that the other half of the class can eat safely in the classroom, and then we'll switch that up. But again, I just want to hammer home, if it's possible for your kids to go home for lunch, that I would encourage them to do so. The last part that I just wanted to explain that might be a bit new is just the role that Zoom will take on when kids are at home. Right now, it's not uncommon for families to opt to stay home for whatever reason and just to participate virtually for a couple days. Maybe they're taking a long weekend away. That option is going to go away when we bring kids back in, once the phase-in begins. So we will only be having Zoom available for kids who are quarantined for COVID reasons, and not for just, if you've got a one-day sickness or, again, your family's just going up to the cabin for the weekend. Zoom will not be available. What we'll have is Zoom buddies to make sure that for those kids who are quarantined, they have a connection here at school, and we'll do our best that we can to keep kids learning even during that quarantine time. So those are just a few of the areas. We have a lot of other things that the staff is attending to, a lot of details that we're really working on to make sure that we continue to offer a really safe environment. But I keep coming back to the fact that we have been offering a really safe environment for kids, and our numbers would show that throughout the course of the year. So I'm so confident that we're going to be able to do this well. We just can't do it alone. And so I would ask for your help in those areas: before school, lunch, reinforcing for your children that they got to stay with their cohort, and we're going to really limit that mixing. But I think if we do this together, we can do it really, really well and end the year on a real high note. As always, if you have questions, let me know. You'll be hearing more from your children's teachers in the near future, too, about anything that might be changed in their individual classrooms. But until then, take care, and we really look forward to seeing more kids back in the building very soon. Bye-bye.